just disappointed in myself a little bit because, for me, she was a great wife. She.
No such thing as a great wife.
Okay.
If she were a great wife, you would have been able to deal with her. But because she wasn't a great wife, you couldn't stand her.
I guess so, but it's
Aiden, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, how are you, Jesse?
All is well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yes. So, I just had want to see your opinion on this. I was married for 9 years, and I guess I haven't been the best husband. Might have mistreated my wife and took her for granted, I guess. And now we are separated, and we have 2 kids. So it's like I still want the marriage to continue, but I think she is kind of fed up. I just don't know exactly what to do from here.
When you say you have not been the best husband, what does that mean?
Well, jealousy, and words that I should never use.
Like what, for example?
Just rude, and I never really accepted the love that she gave me. I always felt like there was something behind it, like fake. But I guess it's just where I grew up at and the whole circumstances.
Women don't have love to give. How are you going to accept something that she doesn't have?
Well, the careness, I guess. The careness and the attention that she would give me. And
women don't care either. All that attention is for them. It's not for you. That's why when you didn't give it back, she got mad because you were trying to get something. It was never for you.
Right.
Because if it was for you, she would have gotten angry had you not given it back. It was for her. It was never for you.
Right. So I'm just kind of just disappointed in myself a little bit because, for me, she was a great wife. She.
No such thing as a great wife.
Okay.
If she were a great wife, you would have been able to deal with her. But because she wasn't a great wife, you couldn't stand her.
I guess so, but it's we've been through ups and downs.
Of course.
And she put up with a lot of my behavior and.
Because she was trying to get something from you. She was trying to control you. And you were fighting back because you don't have love either. Both of you trying to get something from each other that you did not have.
That could be true.
That is true. That's why you were fighting. If you had love already and you got with her and you noticed she didn't have love, it wouldn't have bothered you at all because you already have your love. Your love comes from God, not from her. Women do not have love to give. And men that have not returned to the Father don't have love to give either. They're trying to get mama's love from their woman, and the woman love is hatred. It's never love. So you're just 2 devils together fighting one another for something they don't have to give.
Can I just say that she never was the fighter in this? I might have turned her into one because I was very cruel and very, very rough with everything, involved in everything.
You can't turn anyone into something that they're not already. She was already that way when you met her. You just didn't know it. and you were already that way when she met you, and she didn't know it. Or if she knew it, she thought she can change you, create you in her image.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So you didn't make her into anything. She was already that way. And she didn't make you. Why were you jealous?
Well, I've seen it all the time, like, women coming and going from other dudes' houses, even when I was young, even me, they're dating or they're married, and I've seen all the infidelity. And I also got cheated once. Somebody that I kind of like really cared about and loved and gave all my trust to, and I got betrayed. So that kind of like put a real like dark image of that just jealousy. And my I saw it from my father too. Very jealous man, and I'm not saying it's his fault. It's totally my fault, but I guess it was just my life experience.
And so, did you know you was a jealous man before you got married?
I did know I was a jealous man.
You say you didn't know that?
I did. Yes, I did.
So why did you get married knowing you were a jealous man?
Because it felt right. It felt like I wanted to. I wanted to be with that person.
But you knew you were jealous. Did you tell her, I'm going to marry you, but I'm jealous?
She kind of knew that I was a bit jealous and not sort of controlling, but like I'll say so a bit. She did know, because we were dating for about a year and a half, almost 2 years.
And you had displayed jealousy before you married her?
Yes, I have.
And why did she marry you knowing that you were jealous?
I really can't answer that. I guess she liked it. She liked me and what I was. I don't know. I guess she liked my kindness at that time.
But you weren't a kind person. You were a jealous person.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that really.
And so now y'all, does she want a divorce or just a breakup?
Well, we are separated. She's telling me that in a couple of months she will file for divorce.
Nice.
And right. But it's like something I don't want though.
Why not?
But I don't even know. Like I don't even know if I'm being real with myself. Like
You're
I don't
not.
even know if I.
Why don't you want it?
I mean, we have 2 kids. We have 2 boys, and
real men make boys first, so you got something going on for yourself.
Say it again?
Real men make boys first, so you got a little something going on for yourself.
Right.
And so why don't you want the divorce?
Well, I don't mind the divorce. It's just I just want the whole family back, Like,
why?
Well, that's pretty much, I gave up everything, and all I know is like, the married life, and pretty much that's it. And
what did you give up? When you say I gave up everything, what did you give up?
Well, not everything. I can't say everything. Well, I relocated from New York to Texas.
To be with her?
Mainly because all her family is from here, and
so you moved into her world. No wonder you're suffering. A man should never go into a woman's world. You're going into her hell.
I figured that, but I didn't want to accept it, and I thought because I was a man, it would be cool for me. Like, not cool, but it would be like the right thing to do.
How would it be? You're a man. Why do you think it was the right thing to go into a woman's hell? Well, she should have come into your world. You should have never moved to Texas.
She did, but I made that world a hell because all my friends were there, and I was just being like I said, I wasn't being good. I was always going out with my friends.
So
and,
you went to
not showing
Texas
her.
into her world and continued, and you went into her hell and just made more hell.
Yeah, you can say that.
Every time the man listens to the woman, he suffers, man. What the?
I just, it got to a point over there that she became very depressed, and we went to doctors and they prescribed her some medicine, but we figured that the medicine was making it worse, and I didn't know exactly what to do, so I wanted to help her. I wanted to make her feel better because I saw it in her face and her eyes and just everywhere, even her spirit. Like she was down for a very long time. So we decided to come for a visit here, and I saw that she felt much better and she was more alive. So we had plans to move to Texas anyways, but we kind of like rushed it, and I guess that was maybe a wrong move for me because I still don't realize it, but like maybe that was like I really don't even know, Jesse. I'm just stuck. Like I'm just like I do want her. I do want her.
Why do you want her?
Like I said, that's the only woman that I know now. Like I.
And so, why do you want her?
Why do I want her? Because I believe that she's a great woman. Like
there's nothing great about her. All you've been catching is hell. How is that great?
Well, how can you say that all I have been catching is hell if I felt like I gave her hell?
Right. You gave her hell and she gave you hell. Two devils living together, giving each other hell and calling it love.
So what would be your advice? Like,
be glad that you're separated from her. Get you a job, get you a little place, and hopefully...
I have my own place. We both have our own place.
Good. Well, stop trying to go back to mama and take care of your kids, go see your kids and hang out with your kids and be glad mama gone and start working on you. Because right now you're of the woman, so you're suffering. You have to stop making the woman your God and let God be your God. And then you would never do this stupid stuff again, right? But the woman is your God, so now you need to start working on you. Be glad that you're separated from her. Don't say to her, "Oh, I want to come back." Don't be begging. You let her.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You let her live her life. You take care of your kids and yourself, and work on you. You gotta return to the Father. Have you heard me say you need to forgive your mother?
I have. I heard. I've been following you. I've been watching you for the past couple of weeks now. And
how old are you?
I am 37.
Have you gone and how old is your wife?
She is young. She is 27.
Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
Jesse, that's kind of a tough question you asked because our father left us when we were all. My mom has it's 3 brothers and 2 sisters, and my father left us when we were all young. And my mom raised us, and like I said, my father he was a very jealous guy, but he also had a lot of other women, and I guess that's his downfall, that he was just chasing all these women. And I'm sorry, I'm on the... Yeah, and I don't... My mom did everything that she could have done. She never kept us away from our father. As a matter of fact, she always wanted us to be around our father, but he never wanted to be around us. And me, being the last child, he kind of denied that I was his son for like 27 years of my life. The first 27 years of my life, until my sister got fed up and we did a DNA test and it came out that I was his son 100%. So, and like, I still haven't received no apology from him of like, hey, I'm sorry for, neglecting you and never hugging you. And because I never had any experience with my dad. And I'm kind of showing that to my son too. I'm very rough with them. I don't know how I could go to my mom and apologize to her. Well,
have you gone and forgiven your mother?
No.
And why not? How will you be free of the woman's nature, her identity, her way of thinking and feeling, if you don't go and forgive your mother?
But what am I going to forgive her for?
For imposing her will on you or recreating her image. And when your father left, he didn't leave you guys, he left her.
I felt like he kind of left all of us.
I know it felt like it, but he didn't leave the children, he left the mother. He loved his children. But let me go back to your mother. How are you going to overcome the woman being your God if you don't forgive your mother so that God can forgive you and take her spirit away from you? How will you ever be free?
I really don't know how to answer that.
And then how will you ever love God when you constantly hate your father? Your father don't need to apologize to you for anything. You need to apologize for resenting him so that God can forgive you, because if you don't love your earthly father, you're going to always live in the hell that you're in. You can't love God and resent your earthly father, because men are sons of God and they represent God. And you can't hate the son and think you're going to love the father. So your father don't owe you anything. You need to apologize for resenting him so you can go free. And that way the Spirit of God will dwell in you, and that you'll pass it down to your children. And the woman will no longer be your God. So if you do get with a woman, that order of God and Christ, Christ and man, man over woman and woman over children will be there. You will not try to get anything from the woman at all. She doesn't have it to give anyway. The love will come through you and not through her, because the love you're trying to get from her is coming from hell. Women don't have love. They all have hate, because Satan is their daddy. He is their God.
I would say, although I felt all this, rejections from my father and everything, I still feel like I love him.
Yeah.
I might have some resentment because he never was the one that will come and, bring something. Like, I never experienced anything from my father. Like, absolutely. Like,
I understand that, but you didn't need all that from him. You needed his love. You needed his spirit to fulfill your spirit. What's missing, that emptiness you have, that you're trying to get from the woman and everybody else, it's a return to the Father. You're never going to be, if your father had been coming around and giving you the world, but not giving you love, you would still be empty. You need to forgive him so God can forgive you and fulfill that void that you have. Then you can love your father. It's not about him being there, not about him bringing you this or bringing you that. It's just that you've been turned away from him by your mother. Even though your mother was telling you, oh, you can love your father, she resented him. And because you identified with her, you resent your father too, because she resented him. Even though she pretended that she wanted you to hang out with him, she still resented him. It's spirit to spirit. So her spirit affected your spirit as a child.
Right. I see what you're saying. I do have to forgive them. That's for sure. But
you're never going to be free until you do. Spiritually, you're never going to be free. Yeah. You are a spirit, and you will never be free until you return to the Holy Spirit, which is God. And you're not going to get it from this woman or any other woman or anybody, because no human being can save you from it. You got to start working on you right now. This is a perfect opportunity. Let that woman go, and you go through what you got to go through so you can become a man. Women need men to lead them, not to follow them.
Right. That is true. That is true. And I guess I kind of like lost that leadership like for the past couple of years, even more because like I kind of like gave up on like everything. I didn't care much. And you're right about that.
Stay close to your phone and speak a little louder.
I said you're right about that. I did give up on a lot of stuff, and I wasn't being a leader that I normally was. And yeah, but like, what would I do in a situation that she would want to return back? Like, should I just say no? Like, hey, you know what? Or should I just go by what I feel at that time?
I would recommend for now you say no, and don't judge her, don't hate her. Just know that you got to work on you, because if you go back, if she bring you back into her hell, it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better, because neither one of you have love to give. And then
Okay.
when you wake up, when you return to the Father, if you should go back, you will see it clearly. If not, you will see that clearly. But right now, you should not go back. It's just going to be more hell.
Yeah. Right now, yeah, I know, and I don't think she's ready anyways right now.
But it's not about her; it's about you.
Well, yeah, that is true. I am working on myself. I'm working.
You're
more,
not working
you know,
on yourself if you have not forgiven your mother and your father.
Well, I have to go to New York and do that then.
Do it.
I
Can't
would
you
like to
do
do
a
that in person.
FaceTime?
I could do a FaceTime with my mom. With my dad, he's kind of like the old school phone type of guy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, start off with your mother. FaceTime with her and just say, "Hey, I'm sorry for resenting you. I know you," because she did her best, but she has no love either. She hates her father, and she hates her mother. She's yearning for the father as well. And your father's yearning for the father. He tried to get love from the women. They don't have it. And he doesn't understand that. So your father and your mother have gone through exactly what you're going through right now, because nobody's returning to love. You're trying to get love from these women, and they don't have it. And they try to get it from you, and you don't have it. They couldn't help themselves. Your parents did the best they could. And you have no right to judge them. You have no right to be angry at them at all, because it's just keeping you in hell. There's nothing that can happen to us when we have a right to be angry. Ever, 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 ever.
So to start working on myself, I have to forgive my dad and forgive my mom.
Yes. And don't ask for forgiveness. You forgive them, and God will forgive you. You apologize for resenting them, being angry at them, because anger is resentment. Anger is hatred, and there's no love in anger. And God will forgive you. And I'm telling you, man, things will start to change immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, because like I said, I feel like I love my father, but I don't love him as much. So I still have that in me, that little hatred in me, I guess, for not showing up, for not being there.
But you're yearning for your father. That's why God said,
that is true.
I'm sorry?
I said, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, you don't hate him, you're yearning for him. All men and women, all boys and girls yearn for their fathers. But they've been told it's something else. It's this, you need this, your dad didn't take you to the football game. Your dad didn't take you to this. They are lying to you. It's spirit that you want, not material things.
That is true.
And you're never going to be able to love your sons or anyone, not even yourself, until you return to the Father. You got to forgive.
I will do that.
And if they don't apologize, it's on them. Either one of them. That's if your mother get mad or start yelling, "I did this, your dad left you, I was here." Just look at her like you're looking at a crazy movie, and just say, "Hey, I just want to say I'm sorry for resenting you. I realize you've done your best." Same thing with the father, and then go live your life. You'll be fine. Are you doing the silent prayer yet?
No, I haven't heard the silent prayer exactly how it goes, or
Well, go to YouTube channel www.silentprayer.video and start doing that so God can slow you down and bring you out of the darkness of your imagination. All thoughts and emotions are all lies all the time. And right now you're one with them. You're one with the devil. You're one with evil. You're one with darkness. God will bring you out of the darkness into the light. That's why you must go and forgive, and He'll draw you into the kingdom within, and your life will happen on its own, and it will be amazing. You will overcome the world.
right.
But you got to work on you now. Forget about trying to get back with that woman.
Okay.
And don't judge her. Don't be angry at her. She can't help herself. She need to do the same thing with her parents as well. And she was already screwed up when you met her. You didn't do anything to her. You just brought out what was already in her.
That is true. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know like if I want to go through like being back, but it just
you don't want to go back.
Feeling.
Yeah,
it's just a feeling that I feel like
right. And the feeling
like
is of your father, the devil.